My name is Tony Parker. I'm the executive chef at Renton Technical College Culinary Arts, and I'm also the president of the Washington State Chefs Association.
How did you enter the hospitality industry?
You know, I started out at 15 as a busboy, you know, at the local restaurant, and I went to the local college, put my way through college, going to engineering, which I really love engineering and graphics. And I was cooking as I was doing this, and I had more fun cooking in the restaurant than I did sitting in the classes. So I basically decided about a year and a half into my engineering to drop out and find a culinary school, and that's what I did.
Any regrets?
I had no regrets. You know, my father was a little upset at the time, and my mother, but they actually said, okay, if you're going to do this, they supported me and took me up to Seattle and met a couple chefs and talked to me and told me what I needed to do, some mentoring, and that's what I did. So
your parents were skeptical at first.
Oh, God, yeah.
Did they ever come around?
They did. Well, of course they came around, because now it's like, oh, Tony's coming over. He can do the cooking, or he can do this, or oh, he can cut the turkey on Thanksgiving. It's always, you know, yeah, no. Once I did it and did it as a career and became what I've done so far, it's been one of those things. So there has been no regrets.
Has it been rewarding?
Very much so. It's a different type of rewarding. If I was an engineer for Boeing, maybe I would have had more money. But, you know, I probably wouldn't be as happy, because I really love what I do. I love working with people. All the events and the things. We just did the Governor's Ball a few weeks ago. Doing things like that, you just can't, you know, do on a regular basis in a regular job. So
you wouldn't be working for the governor
as
a Boeing engineer, would you?
No, I would not.
Right.
So I love it.
You work with a lot of young people?
Yes.
What sort of advice would you give to a young person who is considering the hospitality industry?
Definitely check it out. Most schools, I know our school offers a shadow. They can come in for a day. I'll hook them up with one of our senior students, and they can spend the day with the student in their eyes, and the students will tell them the real stuff, as opposed to what an administrator will throw the spiel.
Right.
They can work all day long with that student, see what's going on, have some fun, and decide if that's really what they want to do. And I would, whether they're at our school or any other school, I think that's the best thing they should do.
A lot of kids consider this as a first job, a part-time job when they're young, but they have their eye in another direction.
Yep.
What sort of core skills could you list for the camera about the core skills that they can take as foundational skills anywhere they want?
Math. Culinary has a lot of math in it, you know, when you're doing recipes and things like that. So math is a great skill. If they go into the culinary and then they're going into another field, safety and sanitation, cleanliness, organization, all those things that we teach, whether you don't think about it, when you think about how clean you are at your work and how you set your stations and how you're going about your job and clean as you go, when you go home, you just don't throw everything on the ground, and you're a cleaner person. You kind of take those same habits home with you and organize. And parents have like called and said, "What are you doing to my kid?" He's like, you know, he's cleaning his room, he's doing that. It's like, so, you know, we harp on them. This is what you need to be doing. So those are skills that you don't think about, but when you take it to any part of your life, it's a great thing.
I think you might have just convinced a few parents to push their kids into the industry. Any last thoughts?
You know, if you're passionate about it, find a great mentor, go out and look in the industry and find somebody, go to some schools and look around. You don't have to jump at the first one, and really delve into it. But there's a lot of chefs. Find a local chefs association and go and check it out and talk to us, because the only reason we're here is to help young people. So that's really what it's all about.
I have one final question that's just come to my mind. What advice would you give to an employer in another industry when considering someone with hospitality experience?
That person is going to be hardworking, probably very clean, hopefully, and somebody that has attention to detail. So that's somebody that's, you know, has gone through a lot of training, usually coming out of our industry. So it's somebody that's, you know, going to be there for them, which is the most important thing in any job, is having somebody be there.
You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.